we have CanStudy Consulting. Now, CanStudy caters primarily to persons who are seeking to enroll in colleges in Canada. I'm sure they'll speak briefly about other options there, but CanStudy will be presenting at this time. We have a video from CanStudy. Let's cue it. After that, we'll have Miss Monique Myers who will speak.
Since 2013, we've helped a lot of students. I traveled back to Jamaica quite a few times, as much as I can, trying to help other students apply for schools, trying to walk them through the process. And through doing that, we got a lot of attention. We had people reaching out to us from other Caribbean islands, asking us for help in other countries. So we decided that in order for us to extend our reach and help as much people as we can, we should just step back, make this a Canadian company, and extend it to all the Caribbean islands so that we're capturing everyone. So in May of 2019, CanStudy Consulting was born. It's now a Canadian company based in Toronto, and we travel to the Caribbean to do our recruitment and expose our Caribbean students and youth and adults, whoever's interested, of the opportunities available in Canada.
Hello, everyone. Is everyone hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So my name is Monique Myers, and I am here from CanStudy Consulting. I'll be talking a little bit about who we are as a company, the program that we offer, and basically all the important moving parts of this program that will be of benefit to Caribbean nationals, whether you're a student, you're a young professional, or you're just an adult who is looking for a second career or perhaps a new start. So I actually came to Canada from Jamaica through the study and work program. This was many years ago. I won't give away my age by telling you how long ago that was. And I came and I studied at a university right here in Toronto. I studied criminology and political science. I just completed my immigration law program at the University of British Columbia. And I have a total of about 6 to 8 years of experience in university administration right here in Canada. And so I am very equipped to answer a lot of questions that our clients may have just about the educational environment in Canada and what schools have to offer. Now, CanStudy Consulting, we are located in Toronto, Canada, but we operate on a virtual platform. And this is simply because our clients are not located in Canada. They're located in the Caribbean. We service all Caribbean countries, both English and non-English speaking Caribbean countries. We currently operate a study and work program, and it's called study and work because while you're studying, you can work. Now, our clients work while they're going to school. So say, for example, you start in the fall, which is September, you can work up to part-time off campus during the school year. And then during all scheduled breaks, so that's summer, Christmas, Easter, any scheduled break, you could work full-time hours off campus. With that being said, there was a recent announcement by Immigration Canada saying that temporarily there is a policy stipulating that our students could work full-time hours off campus right throughout the year. Even before this announcement, however, we had clients who were working full-time even during the school semesters, simply because there is a nice little unwritten rule there that says you could work on a limited number of hours on campus while you're going to school during the semester. So the limit is typically on the hours worked off campus. So for example, when I was a student, an international student, I was working full-time hours right throughout the year because I had 2 on-campus jobs and also an off-campus job. And because of that, our students typically can provide a lot of financial support for their studies from working. And there are other ways to finance your education that I'm going to get into shortly. So with our program, we typically act as a bridge between the client and essentially where they see themselves in the future. So we provide you with all the tools and resources that you will need in order to become successful in Canada. All right? We call this the CanStudy 6-step blueprint to success. And it gives you from step 1 to 6. And when you enroll in our program, we outline exactly what those 6 steps are. So I'll just give you a brief summary as to what those 6 steps are. You could hear in more detail once you come to our breakout room later. I'm going to give you a very concise and summarized information. But for those who want more detailed information, see us afterwards. I will be able to talk to you based off your personal situation and give you some more information about our program and how we're able to help you. So step 1 typically starts with onboarding. So this is where we introduce you to the company, to the program, and there's also a resume and cover letter workshop where there is a professional in the field that will teach you how to do a competitive resume and cover letter to the Canadian standard. You then move to step 2, which is a program placement. And this is where your consultant will be working with you one-on-one to find you the right program and school that will fit your profile based on your budget, based on where you want to live. If it's that you want a school that has scholarship opportunities, if you're looking for one that has, for example, a football team. So based on different factors or criteria that you outline, your consultant who's assigned to you we'll go ahead and match you with programs and schools, and you'll choose the one that you want. After you're accepted, then this takes us to step 3, which is where we assist you with applying for your study permit. In order to study legally in Canada beyond 6 months, you do need what is called a study permit. And as an applicant from Jamaica, if you apply and you're approved, you get a student visa in your passport. And then once you land in Canada for the first time, you're issued the study permit, which is a loose piece of paper that you just keep in your passport. All right. Now, in this step, you also participate in a time management workshop and also in a success through goal setting workshop. And we have all these workshops because what we're promoting is holistic development. We're not looking to just bring clients to Canada and go to school and that's it. We want you to actually succeed when you come. And so we've been trying this system for the past 12 years, and we have found it to be tried, tested, and true. And the best way we see fit to execute this program is to ensure that we're also helping our clients not only for personal development, but also professional development. And so if you enroll in our program, you will notice that there are quite a bit of workshops and info sessions that you will attend in the name of us helping you to be prepared for that move so that when you land, you know exactly what to do. You're, you hit the ground running and you're ready to take on all the challenges. You have the tools and resources to actually achieve success before, you decide you want to go back home, or if you decide to stay a bit longer, it's definitely up to you. Now, once you approve the permit, this takes you to step 4. This is where we assist you with pre-departure. So we arrange your cell phone plan even before you leave Jamaica. We also get you a free SIM card, and we mail this to the address that you're going to be staying in Canada. We also assist you at that point with arranging your accommodation and also your flights. Once all that is done and you actually travel to Canada, you get to step 5, which is post-arrival. So in the post-arrival step 5 stage, we pick you up from the airport. You have a personalized gift that is also delivered to your address from us that you'll be staying in Canada. We also give you information that is essential for getting your bank account set up, your social insurance number that you'll need to work, all the essential information that you will need in order to successfully settle down. And all of that happened within the first week that you're here. Once we're done with step 5, then you now move on to step 6, which is a really fun step. That is a transition phase. And that is where we assist you with finding a job. You participate in a financial planning workshop. So now you're in Canada, you're working some money, how do you plan your finances so that you're paying your tuition on time, you have enough funds to take care of your living expense, but you're also putting stuff aside for later. So later on when you graduate, you could buy your house in Canada, you could buy your car, you could have enough money to send back home, you could start investing in the economy of your home country, et cetera, et cetera. So these are all things that we teach you in our program. You also participate in a home ownership workshop, and also in a post-graduation workshop, so that if you do want to stay a little bit after you graduate, whether it's temporarily or permanently, we also have those supports in place for you. All right, so those are essentially the 6 steps of our study and work program. And now, what are the requirements for this program? A lot of folks are surprised to hear that all you need is high school education. You don't actually even need C6 subjects. And I apologize for all the schools that are here and all the teachers. I'm not promoting, not to do well in school, because there is a benefit in having your minimum of 5 C6 subjects, and even more benefits if you have your CAPE. However, the minimum requirement is just that you have high school education. So if you matriculated up to at least grade 10, then we could assist you. You could definitely enroll in this program, and we'll be able to find schools and programs that will accept you at your level of education. Now for funding, there are different ways to fund your education when you're coming on the study and work program. I already spoke about working in Canada. So for most of our clients who work the maximum number of hours, they make roughly, if they're working part-time during the school year and full-time in the summer, they make roughly about $21,000, $22,000 per year. Now with the minimum wage now increasing just a few months ago, and also with the increased number of hours you could work, really you could be making anywhere upwards of like $40,000. And so that's even putting yourself in a better situation to finance your education while you're here in Canada. There's also scholarships and bursaries. A lot of schools in Canada do give scholarships. I have to say though, I do notice that, for example, our counterparts in the US, they have a bigger scholarship simply because their tuition is a lot more, and so they can afford to give bigger scholarships. In Canada, we don't have as many, and that's because the government already subsidized the tuition. And so if you're looking at tuition, you could expect to pay anywhere from about 5,000-6,000 Canadian dollars upwards per year. And like I said earlier, based on your budget, then we'll know what kind of schools to place you in. All right. Another way to fund your education is through awards. So a lot of corporate entities give awards, in your home country, also in Canada. I remember when I was going to university as an international student, I applied for every single scholarship and award I found, and I eventually was awarded some, right? And so that's always my suggestion to clients, and just generally to those who are applying for university and colleges: apply for everything you find. I was once in a session and I was told that sometimes, because no one is applying that qualifies, if one person applies, they're going to give it to that person. And so that's my philosophy: apply to everyone. You might never know, you might be the one applicant who's applying to a scholarship or award, and because you're the only one, even if you don't have all the requirements, they will award you the funds. Okay. We also have a lot of our clients getting support from their family members. And so we'll have some family members who can afford to completely finance our clients throughout school. And we'll have some, an auntie or uncle that says, listen, because you've been doing well in school all these years, I am going to take a chance on you, and I am going to give you the money for your tuition to go to school. But once you've graduated and you're done working, you have to start paying me back, right? And so we have a lot of those situations. You could also let us know what your unique situation is, and we could help you figure out, okay, based off what you've told us, this is probably the best way for you to go about arranging your funding. All right. And so, like I said, meet us afterwards. We could discuss your personal situation around funding as well. Now, why study in Canada? 3 top reasons that come to mind. We do have affordable world-class education. Canada is in the top 5 best countries in the world when it comes to their education system. And so you can expect to get top-class education. Once you return home to Jamaica, this education that you receive will be very valuable because you are getting a lot of worldly experience. You're learning from your classmates who are from other countries. I remember being in class with some friends from the Middle East, and when they explained to me how their systems work, I was able to implement some of that at my job that I had at the time. And so you will also be able to benefit from that. You also get to work while you study. And I find that, for example, in Jamaica, a lot of my friends told me that it was quite hard because of how the class schedules are set up. It was quite hard to work enough funds to really assist yourself significantly. However, in Canada, it is the norm to actually work while you're studying. Not only that, for most schools, you actually create your own schedule. And so you could work you could really work in between classes, which is very valuable. There's also a post-graduation immigration opportunity where you could continue working full-time after graduation. And for those who want to stay a little bit longer, you could actually live there as a permanent resident if you want to. And we could provide all of that support for you as well if you do decide you want to live for a little bit after you've graduated. All right, so just a few stats for you. There's over 620,000 international students in Canada. They're on a yearly basis, they issue about $200 million in scholarships and bursaries, and the employment rate is currently 94.8%. And so you will have no issues finding a job. All of our clients find a job within the first few weeks of being in Canada. I don't have any client that is currently unemployed. Now, why apply early? There are 4 top reasons why you should apply early. The first one is you get to secure the scholarship opportunities if there are any available. If you apply late, forget about it, there's no chance. You also have a spot in your program of choice. Programs get filled up really, really quickly, especially if you're interested in the STEM fields. So science, technology, education, medicine, engineering, any of those fields, health fields, you want to be applying anywhere from September to December of the previous year. So for those who want to start school September of next year, you should be applying before the end of December, especially if you want to get into those competitive programs that are in health, science, technology, engineering, those fields, all right? A lot of times you apply late and then you are forced to just settle for a program that you really don't want because those are the only programs that are still open. So we don't want you in that situation. Also, there's more time to process your study permit application. Currently in Jamaica, the wait time for study permit applications can be quite long. We do have some students who get processed fast, but the bulk of them, they're waiting for well over 8 weeks. And you want to make sure that you have your study permit approval before the semester starts. And in applying early, you get to start your study permit application early. There's also more time to prepare for your relocation, to pull your things together, say goodbye to the family for a little bit, just soak it all in and just prepare for that transition. Finally, before I go, I just wanted to mention that you don't have to come and do a 4-year program. A lot of folks find that very daunting. And like the host was saying, gone are the days when you have to study all these theoretically heavy programs. Canada actually rewards skill. And so a lot of our clients that come, they are studying a skill program. So at the colleges. So you could study a program that is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. It's up to you. Most of our clients, I would say 85% of our clients actually study 2-year programs. So don't worry about being forced to do a 4-year program because with our program, we do not do that. And as I said, in Canada, doing a 2-year skill-based program will reap a lot of benefits. Finally, that is our contact information. Join us in the room after, and I'll be able to give you a lot more information, and I'll be able to talk to you about your personal situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Monique. There was a news article recently that indicated that in the next 5 years, the Canadian economy will be needing somewhere around 500 to 1 million workers. There are a lot of opportunities in Canada. I'm one that I want persons to stay in Jamaica, right? I'm a nationalist, but the reality is that Jamaica is difficult and this is a global space. So wherever the opportunities are, I really encourage persons to seize those opportunities. There are a lot of persons who may have relatives in Canada and the word is that Canada is great. Well, not in terms of the climate, because we know, but the opportunities are available. And when you can transition from a tertiary institution to regular life, to working in Canada, living in Canada, what more can you ask for? And I'm sure more will be said to you, more information will be presented to you by CanStudy to their virtual booth.